Hey guys, it's Infernity 4 here, and I am so sorry about the lack of videos. But I just got back from college about a week ago, so I've had some time to settle in, stuff like that. And in case you guys don't remember my last video, I said I was having problems with the web camera on my normal little computer, and it is totally shot now. It's all pixely, it's black and white, and I'm gonna have to send it back to HP. So for now, I'm using my home computer, which is really old, so that's probably why the quality on this video is gonna sort of suck. There'll probably be some lag, but I felt I could not deny you guys a video any longer. Now, at the end of this video, there's going to be a whole bunch of updates, so stay tuned at the end. But for now, I'm going to show you a new deck that I made yesterday morning. It's Randomizer Bushi, which is it's based around the Immortal Bushi and Infernity Randomizer. It's a very fun deck, very budget. It costs about my build is probably about $50, and then I can show you guys how to cut it down to be about like 15. So I'm going to show you guys the deck, and if you're one of my subscribers who cares about what's going to be happening into my channel, what happened to the 150 subscriber video, all that will be at the end of this. So first, let's get started. In case you guys can see, I've got a whole bunch of things to talk about, so I just have it all set up on my map. But for the deck, starts off with 3 Infernity Randomizer, and he is the main card in this deck. He is your draw engine. What happens is that when you have no cards in your hand, you can use his ability to draw a card. If it's a spell or trap, then you lose 500 life points, and if it's a monster, they take burn damage equal to its level times 200. Now, most of the deck is spells and traps, so it's basically a 1-for-1 deck. So you're trying to draw spells and traps like smashing ground and stuff like that that will destroy your opponent's monsters, and the idea is to chip away with them with randomizers and some of the other cards for the win. 2, the Immortal Bushi. This is an all warrior deck for the monsters, and you're supposed to have a lower monster count. But with him, when he's in the graveyard, he gets revived if I have nothing on my side of the field, because everything in my graveyard is warriors. So he's basically just like the DD survivor of this deck. He just keeps coming back and back. 1 Armageddon Knight, you use him to dump the Immortal Bushi into the graveyard or whatever other warrior you want, and that's a really good combo to get the Immortal Bushi out. So, they destroy your Armageddon Knight because it's sort of weak, and then you start off with the Immortal Bushi already on your field. Next turn you could start summoning and synchroing and all that kind of stuff. Or, this deck also runs Solidarity, so you dump the Immortal Bushi, have Solidarity out, he's already like a 2200 beater right off the bat. Now, that's the main lineup for a normal Randomizer Bushi deck. There aren't really too many of them, but this is my spin on it. I added the ability to synchro. So we have 3 XX Saber Fulham Knight, and what I like about him, his purpose in the deck is he's not really meant there to be a tuner. He's more there meant for his first ability that once per turn you can stop an attack, and that's good for this deck because you want to not take that much damage, because basically all your damage is going to be burn damage from using your Infernity Randomizers as draw power. And also that comes in handy with smashing ground and stuff like that. And there's really only one monster you want to synchro for in this deck, and I'll show you that later. But for now, he's basically just a stall, and he's not bad with Solidarity out in the field. And then the last of the monsters is 2 Fortress Warrior. He's basically the non-tuner version of XX Saber Fulham Knight, in the fact that you attack him and you can't take battle damage from him, and once per turn he's not destroyed by battle. Now, I'll show you guys more about Fulham Knight and Fortress Warrior when I get to the synchros, but now we move on to block the spells. We have 2 Offering to the Dunes. This is the main card of the deck. It destroys one of your opponent's monsters, and you get to skip your next draw phase. When you're using Infernity Randomizer as a draw engine, you don't really want to draw that much, because then if you have a monster in your hand, you can't use his ability. You can't do his ability if anything's stuck in your hand. So he stops that, and you get to destroy a monster. So it's sort of like a win-win for this deck. Now again, this is a budget deck, and I wasn't buying anything for this deck. I took all the leftovers that I made from taking apart Infernity, and I'll tell you guys why I took apart Infernity at the end with all the updates. I know you guys haven't seen it, but I've had it for a while. But since I only own 2 Offering to the Dunes, and I sort of changed the deck format around using Fulham Knights and Fortress Warriors, I used 2 Smashing Grounds. And since they're stopping your opponent's attacks, that means this format of the deck, you're still going to have monsters on your opponent's side of the field. You could just smashing them and work from there. One Rhoda adds you every single monster in this deck. Normally a good play, depending on what you already have in your hand, is either to search for Fulham Knight or Fortress Warrior if you have one or the other in your hand, or you can search for a randomizer if your hand is all spells, or search for an Armageddon Knight if you probably have one other monster in your hand, probably like a randomizer or something, so you can dump and already start off with a Bushi in the grave. One Infernity Launcher, basically a monster reborn for any of your randomizers that get destroyed. Here we go. 3 Solidarity. This is important for my version of the deck because I add more monsters. A normal version of the deck isn't necessarily all warrior, it's more just focused around randomizer, but since this is randomizer or Bushi, which means everything has to be warrior, why not use Solidarity, which bumps up the attack of all of my monsters by 800, making that chipping away process at my opponent's life points that much faster. We have 3 Upstart Goblin. Normally this deck runs like 2 Pot Duality and like 3 Reckless Greed, something like that. But 1, I don't have Reckless Greeds. I know, sort of sad. And 2, this is budget, so I'm not using my dualities. So Upstart works very well, and you don't really care about 1,000 life points when once you have Solidarity out, your weakest monster, Infernity Randomizer, becomes an 1800 attacker. I don't have Reinforced Truth, so I'm using 1/1-for-1, which is good because then I can ditch a dead monster in my hand and special summon a randomizer and then just go from there, start comboing. And some staples, 1 book, 2 MST, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Monster Reborn. For traps, we have 2 Bottomless Trap Hole. This deck, you want to get rid of your opponent's monsters ASAP. 2 Regeki Break, which helps me discard dead cards in the hand, and I use it as my main form of spell destruction besides MSTs. It also works for monsters, which I like the flexibility. But between Bottomless and Deep Prison, which I'll show you next, Smashing Grounds and Offerings to the Doomed, you have a lot of monster destruction. The 2 Deep Prisons I just mentioned. Here's where it sort of strays from budget. 2 Infernity Barrier. These things are about $20 a piece, and I had them for my Infernity deck, so I figured why not throw them in. This is the only reason this deck costs about $50. What I would do if I were you, if you have Dark Bribes and then I would replace them. That works perfectly fine, and then you drop the deck from like $50 to like 30 or 25, and then if you don't have Dark Bribes, you can replace it with 7 Tools of the Bandit, which drops his deck from like 30, 25 to about 15 to make. So it's really cheap and it's really fun. Like not even the synchros are expensive. We have Mirror Force, Solemn, and one of the most important cards of the deck, the Transmigration Prophecy, because this allows you to bounce back everything that's in your grave. If you want another Deep Prison, you want another randomizer that got destroyed early on, you need another Fulham Knight for a synchro, Transmigration Prophecy gets it for you, as well as stopping your opponent's graveyard combos. Alright, the synchros. A level 5, a level 6, a level 7, and a level 8 warrior. X-Saber Wayne, X-Saber Arabellum, Gaia Knight, the Force of the Earth, and Colossal Fighter. Now, the main synchro that you want to make is X-Saber Wayne. If you have the opportunity to make X-Saber Wayne, then do it. The other ones, you really only need it if you need the raw power. And the way to get X-Saber Wayne is Fortress Warrior and X-Saber Fulham Knight, which is why they're in the deck. So say you synchro, you get an X-Saber Wayne, his ability, special summon 1 level 4 lower warrior monster in your hand, that's everything. Good thing to do is summon off a randomizer, and then by that point you probably should have nothing left in your hand, so then you can use randomizer's ability, and then you still haven't normal summoned, which is perfect for the deck. It's a really good combo. I'm ignoring that phone, if you guys can hear that. Colossal Fighter is also good, because you basically just use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you use a Bushi Knight, 6, 7, 8. You normally have 2 or 3 warriors in the grave, so that makes him 3,000. And then with Solidarity out, he becomes 3,800, which is a huge hitter. And then Gaia Knight and X-Saber or Bellum are more just helping you with your levels if you need to get over one big monster. Alright, now for all the updates. I am so glad YouTube allows you to film for 15 minutes now because my computer is about to die and this video has already been 10 minutes. First off, for updates. 1. If I've been home for a week, why haven't I uploaded anything? Like I explained to you, my computer is really crappy, so I was figuring out how to do this, and this computer is really slow, so I probably won't upload too much unless I want to. The reason is, 1, I've just been relaxing, I've been trying to find a job, which is proving harder than I thought it was going to be, even though we're in a terrible economy, and I've also become obsessed with Pokemon White. I played a tiny bit before, or when I was home for spring break, but I totally caught up now. I've been playing like a monster. I think I've made like 60 hours of playtime this whole entire week, which is immense for a video game. If you guys want to see anything in Pokemon White, then leave a message at the bottom. If you want to see my team, if you want to see me battle Cynthia or the Elite Four, I just beat the Elite Four post game for the first time, which is like with Alder instead of N. But it's all good. I love Pokemon White. It's addictive, and my team is totally boss. Next, reason I have not shown 150 subscriber video is because I am still waiting on a whole bunch of cards that I'm getting permission to order online. The deck has proxies in it, and I promise I will show it. And also, a new thing that I've started, which I'm going to show you guys as a bonus for the 150 subscriber video for making you wait besides this, is at college I've gotten into Magic. If any of you guys like Magic, then that's very good. I don't know anything that much about it. I just started, so don't ask me questions about it. The video will be about blue-white control, which is a deck I'm making, and I need to order a whole bunch of cards for it. I'm not making, it's more of a budget build because I'm not using the giant Jaces. For people who know Magic, it's like a $120 card. It's like the duality of Magic. But I am using little Jaces and other stuff, so stay tuned for Magic. Also, I've officially decided the deck I plan on showing for my 150 subscriber video. I've been making this for a while, so there's a few proxies, but it's an amazing deck. It's Nordic Scraps, so look forward to that. I know you guys are probably thinking Nordic Scraps, how the hell is that going to work? But you'll see. Next. Transformers, I know Gary did a video on them once or twice, and the feedback was but some people have asked what happened to that. So if you guys want to see a Transformers video, again, leave a PM at the bottom or anything, and if I was going to make a Transformers video, this guy, Dirge, would probably be the first one I review. And last but not least, along with the cards I plan on ordering a Pokemon plushie. This is my favorite Pokemon plushie at the moment, Flareon. However, I am ordering a brand new one, and I'll give you one hint, it's Gen 5. So if you guess what Pokemon plushie I am going to order, I will give you a shout out in the 150 subscriber video featuring Nordic Scraps, or the Magic video that I show later on. I'll check once in a while, and I'm not going to give you hints. I'm not going to say yes or no as to if you got it right. Just post what you think. And if you guys get it right, then I'll send you a message or I'll comment on the thing and say congratulations, you guessed it right. So, this is Humanity 4. Again, apologies for the lack of videos. I hope you guys enjoyed the budget Infernity Randomizer Bushi deck. And it's Humanity 4 signing off. Comment on all the stuff I talked about below, and thumbs up the video if you're glad I'm back.